Hi everybody, welcome to Talk-ohhh-Challenge. My name is Sarah, I'm the artist behind Pinselgeschichten, and each Thursday I do have this series where I do have a surprise painting, not only for you but also for me, because I'm either taking a background that somebody else painted for me, like last week, or I take a word from a word generator, like today, and I do a painting with it. The purpose of this series is to let you into my thought process as much as I can when it comes to composing paintings, coming up with ideas, being inspired, doing something. That is artwork. So let's hop right in. The new word for today is, let me refresh my word generator, and it is Tarditation. Tardiness. So that would be lazy, tired, idle, which is very close to the word that I had a couple of weeks ago with the couch potato. So, tardiness. I can't draw another couch potato because I want to have something different each time that I paint/draw. Now, tardiness. That's gonna be difficult. So it's still February. This is actually the last video that I shoot for colored pencils for a while, at least when it comes to doing original artwork and not coloring in my coloring books. I'm going to do that for a couple more days, but it's going to be the last original painting for colored pencils. And I tried to use colored pencils in this one as well, just to stay with the focus of on a certain medium, stay true to that, and stretch my artistic muscles there. So tardiness, lazy, tired. What else do I associate with that? Idle. Well, for me, that would be an animal or a person. Well, there's one thing that pops into my head. There's this animal. I don't know what the English translation for that animal is, but in German it's called Faultier, and faul is the German word for lazy. So let me see what the English word is, because that would be kind of ironic, because they're actually not really lazy. Sloth. Ha, that's what it is. Maybe just go with a humor like that and draw a sloth. I think they're those animals with the big eyes. Let me see if I'm correct. No, they're not the ones. Okay. Me quickly get kind of, they are the one with the long claws. Otherwise they look like an Ewok. Star Wars. So yeah, maybe have that animal be the subject, because that would be kind of goofy because of the German translation for, or the German name for the word sloth having the word for lazy in the name already. So that would be a sloth / faultier. And you can see in the lower screen how that's written, because education. So that was your German lesson of the day. Maybe that would be something. I haven't drawn a lot of animals with colored pencils. I drew one for Friday, an animal, but it doesn't have, well, it has feathers, So it's more of a bird. Oh, I did also color. I did also draw the butterfly. But usually I'm not really drawing a lot of animals. So maybe that would be something cool to have him sit on a tree. I don't know, something. Just part of a tree. The head, the body, one arm around with those long claws. This is super sketchy. I'm so not correct with proportions. Eyes, nose, and the other arm would maybe just be on there. Just having dangly feet, maybe? And then out of the frame, the feet, or not the feet at all? I mean, it could be really cartoony, kind of children's. Needs to have a navel. A belly button, that's what it's called. Be really childish and goofy with it. I don't want to go with the same precision that I did with the couch potato, like feet in the air and just like, woo. I don't want to do that. But I do want to somehow depict the laziness. Because sloth, the word, doesn't mean lazy, I think. It's just the animal's name. So I think I would have, well, maybe not, because the painting / drawing and the video will be called Tarditation. Did I copy that right? I don't know. Will have that name, so that would imply being lazy. So maybe I just can have maybe just the head with those very dark eyes and just have the claws, which are, I think, the thing that are like the signature thing of sloths, with those long claws. Maybe have only that and have kind of like this very goofy, very tiny kind of a thing. I could go super tiny with only that. Maybe have a Z, like that. I actually like this idea more than this one. Because it's, again, so far for this week, I didn't have any goofy drawing. I seem to keep them for the Talk-ohhh challenges. So that would be a nice thing just to, I do have the moody thing, like the, or the melancholic scenery, tranquil kind of a drawing. The Tiny Tuesday this week was like that. Then the animal, the real animal, will be tomorrow. Monday was kind of like, yeah, could be clip art or whatever. It's like in the middle, like an illustration-y kind of a thing, but not really. But I don't have anything goofy yet. So I think I would like this idea down here better than that one. That one reminds me too much of an Ewok. And I don't want to go Star Wars-y again. Yeah, so I think I'd just go for that. Have it super small. I do have, hold on. I do have one piece, oh, come here. I do have one piece of paper that tiny. It's just the rest of drawing paper from other things that I, well, made drawings for this week. So maybe I just try to fit them on here and see how small I can go with colored pencils, because I always like to learn things or try new things, even if I'm quite familiar with the medium. So colored pencils, I know I can go pretty tiny, especially in my coloring books, but still I can only go that small. But let's try to make the drawing on this tiny piece. I have to cut it down a bit because this side here is wonky, so I gotta straighten that. And then have like a frame around him, and just so that the overhanging claws are in there. So the frame would maybe go on the lower side until here, have a frame drawn around, and then have the claws hanging over that. That would be sweet. I think that would work. Just have this like a tiny goofy inspiration card, greeting card, artist trading card, whatever you want to call it. That should be fun. I will probably use paint thinner because this paper has quite a bit of tooth and fiber, and it's quite textured, so I won't get into all the tiny grooves of the paper. I need to use paint thinner for that. Yeah, what you think? Would that be something? I think it would. I kind of like the idea, so I'm gonna go for it. And I'm gonna come back to you after I finish this drawing and tell you how it went, and talk to you a bit what worked, what not worked, if it was like really difficult with the colored pencils to work on that small surface or not. So yeah, I'll talk to you then. this is my take for, and I forgot to check if I have the real word. Tarditation, yeah, I copied it correctly. It sounds weird to me. So that's the little sloth there peeking out of the frame. It actually looks like a Polaroid photograph from the positioning of the frame, just the claws hanging out. I thought that would be a nice touch there, so I made the frame in the ratio of a Polaroid. I stayed pretty close to the original sketch here. I set the head a bit higher just to have the lovely mouth of the sloth be also in the drawing, just having like hang there. So yeah, the colored pencil worked fine enough. I did have a bit of trouble on the eye area here. Let me get a thinner pencil so that you can see. Like in this area here around the eye, it was a bit difficult to put down color because I wanted to have a thin, lighter gray line here around the section above the eyes to be separated from the hairpiece, like the top of the head of the sloth. So that was kind of difficult, and getting 2 shades of gray into the nose without getting too dark to, in the end, see the nostrils was also pretty difficult. And those very thin lines here for the claws. Now they were easier than these eye sections, though they are way thinner, but it was just one line for the colored pencil, whereas here I had to go and blend 2 or 3 gray tones together. But other than that, it worked pretty nice. I also had a bit of trouble with a paint thinner, but that was due to the fact that my brushes are only of a certain size, and I would have needed a size even smaller than that for some areas. But by going over certain sections again and then adding hair that falls into the face area and going over here again and adding the mouth, I could work around that. Would I have had a bigger drawing, I would have just colored everything and then thinned it out with paint thinner in one go and not having to go in again and layer and shade everything like here on those paws. But I think it's goofy, it's sweet, it's funny, it's just a tiny drawing, and I cannot go tinier than that. I know now, not at least if I want to have more than one color in there and more than one shade of a color. So yeah, that's my piece. What do you think? Did you come up with something like this sloth for the word, or did you maybe have a totally different idea? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you want to send me a background for the weeks that I do work with backgrounds rather than with the word generator, go ahead, email me at info@pinselgeschichten.de. The email is on the screen right now. I will talk to you then, or email with you then, on how to get a background here to my house, and then I will make a painting or a drawing with it and send it back to you so that you have a unique piece of art. And I will also give you a shout out on social media. So let me know if you're interested in that. Until then, have a very, very nice day. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week with a new background, and then it will be watercolors. The new medium is watercolors for me because it's March. And if you feel like giving this video a thumbs up or share it with your friends or subscribe to the channel, please go ahead. I'd love that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.